What's up, guys? We're here at AMC Town Square with Chasing Cinema.
Mr. James Shoe.
Here we go again.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, man.
Literally.
Two minds, like think alike. You stole the words right out of my mouth.
Woosah.
Mamma Mia 2. I don't know who asked for it, but someone did. And I'm not happy with them.
Someone did, and they not only did they ask for it, they got like, I don't know, $60 million to do
Well, Mamma Mia did really, really well. Obviously, Mamma Mia was a very popular stage show. It was here in Vegas, had a residency out here for a while.
Venetian, right?
I don't know if it was Mandalay. Was it Mandalay Bay?
Mandalay Bay.
It was somewhere on the ship. I'm going to believe Kent down here. He seems pretty confident. But I never saw it. And then, you know, I saw the movie way after it was in theaters. I believe I was working on a video. Or maybe not. That might have actually been a little bit before that time. But I saw it on DVD. And it was rough. You know, and I remember the funniest kind of joke about that movie was Pierce Brosnan singing. You know, everyone was like, ugh. You know, kind of like,
good?
No, everyone was like, ugh, that guy cannot sing. And what's funny is like pretty much no one in Mamma Mia could really sing that well. I mean, of course they can make them sound all right, but none of them are natural singers, right? Meryl Streep's good enough to the point where you'll believe her, but no one in that movie can really sing. At least in this movie we hire Cher, who's, you know,
a world-class singer.
Yeah, kicking A and taking names, you know what I mean?
Do you believe in love? Life after love.
That's not even a good justice. Not even good justice for Cher. Anyway, which is interesting though because
gives you an idea how old I am.
Well, no, hey, my mom made me like I'm a huge Cher fan just because my mom was such a big Cher fan that like growing up that's all I ever heard. Like I had that song "Believe" completely memorized, and I, you know, anytime there would be karaoke when I was a kid, like even in elementary school, that'd be the song I'd go to and sing. Anyway, turning it back around to the movie and talking about Cher. The trailers allude to the fact that Cher is Amanda Seyfried's grandmother. But in the first Mamma Mia, like they talk about quite in depth about how Amanda Seyfried's grandmother's not alive. So I was like really thinking about that going into this movie and like how they're gonna flip that out. And just like, why, you know? But after seeing it, I still don't know. No, I still don't know why. Except for Cher, you know. But unfortunately, she's not in the movie as much as I would like her to be. I think I could say that about another cast member. Cast member, but I won't say who because it might be a spoiler. I'll do a little tidbit at the very end to kind of talk about that because that kind of really annoyed me. But anyway, the whole first movie is about Meryl Streep and Amanda Seyfried talking about her journey and how she met these three guys and how they all could potentially be her father, and she tells all these stories. In this movie, they just show that happen. Like it's just those stories visualized. Like we already know these stories, maybe not to such an extent of detail, but there are like lines that she says in the first movie between her and these gentlemen that is like said again in this movie. It's just like, okay. And during all this, Amanda Seyfried is trying to reopen her mother's hotel. And you're just kind of like, why are we sitting here? Not in the sense of like me being like, why? But in the sense of like, what's the point? Like, where are we going? There's no conflict. There's no real challenge. It's really just kind of giving them an excuse to sing again. And that's fine for the people who enjoyed it. I wasn't one of them, so of course me being back and here, it's like they sang the same songs too. There's a few different ones. Fernando, of course, which I was lucky enough to see Cher perform at CinemaCon, so wink wink who sings Fernando in the movie. But yeah, like I think there's more than just two songs that are re-sang in this movie, and I'm just like, ah. Granted, like I'm not a big ABBA fan, and you know, and
that's the number one problem right there,
yeah,
bro.
That's true, but I mean, I don't know how much ABBA I don't know how much material they have to work with ABBA, and it just seemed like, you know, like,
hey, we're out of songs. Just throw out those that they like.
Yeah, there's definitely like those moments. Of course, like, you know, I don't know if it's considered. I don't know if the people who are going to see Mamma Mia are like, is this a spoiler? But of course, Mamma Mia is saying again. I think that's just a given.
Mamma Mia.
Dancing Queen is saying, you know, and then Fernando, and then. There's another one that I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure that's in the first one. And it was so funny because there's a moment when Pierce Brosnan starts singing, and he doesn't sing a whole song. He's like sauntering and thinking to himself, and he kind of like just really mellows like, and everyone's just like, ooh. You just heard like a little moan from the audience, so it was just kind of a, you know. But other than that, there's not much going on here.
That's James Bond, bro.
That is James Bond. Like, that's my James Bond, you know what I mean? That was the dude back in the day. Even though I've never, like, out of all the James Bonds that I've watched, becoming a critic and growing up, those are the ones that I've never revisited. were the ones that Pierce Brosnan was in, you know, and I think that'd be fun to read.
They're too silly?
Check out. No, I did, like, those are the ones I never had any interest revisiting. So maybe, you know, maybe they are really good, I just haven't. The only one I vividly remember was Die Another Day, and the Madonna song and stuff like that.
Terry Hatcher, right?
Yeah.
She was the damsel.
And Halle Berry was in it. Yeah, so good stuff. Anyway, Mamma Mia 2. That's up to you. Here We Go Again.
It's actually called Here We Go Again.
yeah.
That's up to you.
Yeah, very appropriate title. That's all I'm gonna say.
Here we go again.
Because you know what? No one ever says like, "Hey man, let's go eat at our favorite restaurant." Here we go again. Like, you know, Here We Go Again's always like, "Oh boy, here we go again."
Here we go. I don't know what I did to deserve this, but here we go again.
It's always a very warning compliment. It is nowhere near like something that you're like, "All right, let's do it." But anyway,
that's kind of like when I call you. You're like, oh, here we go again. He's gonna pitch me on something. He's gonna sell me on something.
I'm never like joyfully like, oh, here we go again, you know? So, I mean, that should tell you something. But anyway, again, if you were a fan of the singing and dancing and silliness of the first movie, I have no doubt you'll enjoy it again in the sequel. Me, on the other hand, did not, so.
Alright.
Check out our review of... What did we watch? Equalizer.
Equalizer 2 with Denzel Washington.
Fuqua. We're gonna film that review, and then next week we're gonna be back here at AMC Town Square doing Mission Impossible.
Dun 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 dun.
I was gonna call it Rogue Nation. But that was number 5.
Yeah, this one's called
Fallout.
Yep.
Oh man, I am pumped. So excited because not one of the 5 Mission Impossible movies have let me down.
They've all been amazing, and they seem like they're getting better.
Yes. Even though
I have a Fast and Furious syndrome.
Even though the problem is that everyone kind of ranks it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the problem is 2 doesn't belong down there. 2 is a hidden gem. John Woo, man.
I don't know what people are talking about.
When he flies up of that little ramp of sand, and he's on the Kawasaki or whatever kind of motor, and then you had the Doves Cross. Ah, man, that's John. That is like classic. Right
he only does movies in China now, huh?
I don't know. I haven't seen much of John Woo. Yeah,
he still does film
afterward.
I think it's only in China.
I know. I'm a bit. I mean, like the movies that he does, and I know that I see those Doves. Yeah, Face Off. You know,
that's great. That's a gem right there.
There's even. I don't know. I'm pretty sure he didn't direct Freddy vs. Jason, but there's definitely a callback to Freddy vs. Jason.
I didn't know that.
There's a callback where there's like a moment where there's like a lot of doves, and it's like definitely a throwback to John Woo. So.
Nice.
Anyway, I'm pumped. Arguably the most anticipated movie of the summer for me.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, that's a movie that just I've been really pumped about, and reviews are not seeming to let us down. So
no, they're coming out. Everyone's like, you know, cloud 9.
I've heard a lot of best Mission Impossible ever, and like
I'm hearing
that's really impressive because
I'm also hearing not just the best action summer film of the year. It's probably people are saying
one of the best
ones of the year. Action films. Period.
I'm glad because Tom Cruise was in a little bit of a.
You learn that's a little bit.
No. I just mean like his last couple. I mean, we were big on
Edge of Tomorrow.
Big Edge of Tomorrow, Jack Reacher. But then he had those few that like didn't really
Oblivion.
work. The Mummy.
Jack Reacher 2.
Jack Reacher 2 wasn't great. Mummy wasn't great.
I'm glad to see him kind of be back in the scene where we're like, yes.
Yeah.
So join us here next week at AMC Town Square at 10 p.m. to see that. And yeah, also check out our review of Antoine Fuqua's Equalizer 2.
Right here.
Absolutely. Text this guy for tickets. Mission Impossible. Come see it at a private screening with all of us and your good friends.
Don't miss this. ChazyCinema.com is known as
the Film Lovers website.